Welcome to Inspired Leaders. Thank you guys all so much for being here today. Happy Valentine's Day. We're so happy to share today with you, so thank you all so much for joining us. We started Inspired Leaders, almost 8 years ago. We're going to be celebrating 8 years in May, which is wild. We're so excited. Please join us. I think it's May 8th is that second Friday. Please make sure to come. It's a huge celebration. But anyways, we've been doing Inspired Leaders for 8 years, which is wild to me. But it all got started right around the time when Andy and I started our business. So I used to be a teacher. Anybody else used to be a teacher in this room? Yeah, okay. All right. I've got a couple of us. So I left my nice, safe education job to start a business because, I thought I could do that and that would be fine and easier in some weird way. I was wrong. It's definitely not easier, but I do love it and I'm glad I did it. And one of the things that has helped me be successful and still be able to stand here and be a business owner and be in this community is this community. And so when we first started, I needed a lot of help. So I was doing a lot of networking, I was asking a lot of questions, I was meeting with people, and we ended up starting Inspired Leaders, and it was really, really tactical at first. We talked about marketing, networking, and all these types of things. But then it ended up morphing into an event where people were coming and sharing their stories. But month after month, our speakers don't just come up here and rah-rah and motivate you and tell you about how successful they are and what it takes to be a successful business owner. But they share their shit with you. They share those really hard, low times. They share those moments where they don't know if they can go on. They share those things that scared them or that kept them, they didn't want to get out of bed or whatever it was, however it shows up for us in our life. They share that with us. And the hope in us asking them to do that, our hope is that it then encourages you when you feel that same way. When you're scared, when you don't know how to go on, when you don't know what the next right step is, when you don't know if you can do this, when you don't know if it's going to work, when you don't know where the money is going to come from to pay the bills or whatever it is, you've got a community of people around you, and you've got a playlist of speakers that you can listen to for 8 years that have all been through all kinds of things, and hopefully inside of you, you'll find that inspiration, and you'll know that if you keep going, you can do it too. And you are surrounded by people who want to help you, who want to be there for you, who want to see you be successful. And that is the beauty of this community that we live in. We truly do live in the best community to build a business and a life for yourself and your family. And it is an honor to do life and do business with each and every one of you. And I'm really glad that you're here with us today at Inspired Leaders. So thank you. If you can, for the next hour, silence your phones. If you need to take a call or a text or whatever, we totally understand. Please just go out into the lobby. But otherwise, if you can take this time for you, do that and enjoy this next hour of your time. We promise we'll get you out of here. So if you scan this QR code, you'll find all things Inspired Leaders. So we are obviously on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and then you also can find our website. And so on YouTube and our website, you'll see all of our past speakers from the last 8 years. You can access all of their videos. So if there's somebody that you missed or somebody that you would like to watch again, they're all available to you. Also, if you're interested in sponsoring Inspired Leaders or becoming a part of the leadership team, or if you want to be a speaker yourself or you know somebody who might want us to be a speaker, you can do all those applications on our website. And then, of course, on our social media, we post about these events and the beautiful photos and videos that are taken of all of you and of all of our speakers. And so we encourage you to get on there and like them and comment and share and all the things that we all know helps get it in front of more people so that this community can continue to impact others. So scan that QR code and follow us on social media and interact with all that we're doing. We're really, really grateful. So many of you probably know we are now a 501c3, which is really exciting. Yes, big round of applause. So we're really excited about that. We truly do run this. I mean, it's been a nonprofit for years, but now we're just officially one. But our sponsors are why we're able to be here. Our sponsors are why this event is free. It's why we're in this beautiful location. It's why we have photography and videography and food and all of that. And we never ask, for anything for that. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to give. So if you feel inspired at all and want to support Inspired Leaders in any way, I'm telling you, $5 makes a difference. If something something like that is interesting to you, or if you want to get more involved, we've got one-time sponsorships. We now just opened another level of a text message sponsor, so there's lots of different ways to get involved. But if you just feel inspired and want to donate, we would be really grateful. Another change with Inspired Leaders that we're excited about is we are going to be having Inspired Leaders seasons. So what month is it? We're in February, so we're going to continue to have the Inspired Leaders through May. May is our big anniversary event. And then for the summer, we're actually going to take the summer months off in person. We'll still have Inspired Leaders Day online, so you'll still get emails and see things, and we'll feature past speakers on our social media, so you'll still get a good dose of inspiration on the second Friday of each of those months in the summer. And then September, we're going to have our big welcome back event. So just wanted to give you guys a little update on our schedule so that you know that those June, July months, we will not be meeting here in person. All right, so I would be remiss to be in a room filled with business owners and entrepreneurs and not give you guys all an opportunity to do a quick drop and go commercial. So here at Inspired Leaders, we do quick commercials, and I mean fast, 1 or 2 sentences, and then we like to do a clap after it, okay? So I need you to be thinking about what are one or two sentences of something that you can say to the whole room, and then afterwards I encourage you to stay and network as much as you can and meet people that you would like to get to know, okay? So we're gonna practice what a drop and go commercial looks like, and then David and Lance are gonna help get this microphone all the way through the room, okay? My name is Elizabeth Griever. My company is Everson Cooper, and we are your as-is home buyer. I like it. Kevin knows what's up. All right, let's try that one more time. My name is Elizabeth Griever. My company is Everson Cooper, and we are your as-is home buyer. Booyah, y'all know what's up.
All righty, I get to go first. I'm Anthony Robinson.
To regulate your nervous system.
Hello, I'm Sonia Sanchez. My business is Bold Vision SEO, and we are your #1 marketing company to get you visible across Google and other platforms.
Carl Brunig, RKB Financial Technologies, home of the 15-minute business financial MRI, so you can fly to the moon.
Hey everyone, Andy Griever, together with my wife, my beautiful wife, Elizabeth. We own Everson. I don't know what I'm saying, apparently not. We own Everson Cooper. Thank you all so much for being at Inspired Leaders.
My name is Karen Hoffman. I'm with First Priority Title of Texas. We make you our first priority. I can't talk this morning. I don't know what's going on.
Hi, my name is Mindy McLean. I'm with Acton Leadership Academy, where I'm a guide and I'm also a life coach for young people.
Hi, my name is Hannah Uren, and I'm aspiring to be a young missionary.
Hi everyone, my name is Nicole Karnitskaya with Hydrohawks. We offer exterior cleaning, both commercial and residential.
Hi, my name is Anastasia. I'm an artist aspiring to be a concept artist.
Hello, my name is Kaya, and I'm wanting to open a cafe.
What's up, y'all? My name is John Wagner. I own Y Electric. We're a full-service commercial and residential electrical contractor.
Hi, I'm Christina Tong. I'm a business coach with EOS Worldwide. I help business owners get what they want with their business.
Hi, I'm Rudy Kalunga with RC Pressure Washing. We do residential and commercial pressure washing. That's it.
Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hi, I am Dr. Yolanda Taylor, a naturopathic doctor assisting the totality of you.
Ivan Benovich, Financial Products and Services Distribution. I help everyday families on the topics of money and finance.
Hello, my name is Lou Hayes, and I'm from Sweden. I'm looking for work in sales.
Hello, I'm Steve Scott, personal business coach, co-creating pathways to accelerate the process of your successful performance.
Hello, my name is Ashley Pearson. The company is USI Insurance Services, and you give me a call when you're tired of paying for coverages that you don't understand.
My name is Donise Gordon, and my company is Kick Jobs, and I help corporations find top talent.
My name is Rose Marie Shelshear. I'm a first-time author. I just wrote a book called The New Is Now. If you feel like you're entering into a new season, this is the book for you.
Hey, I'm Di with Juice Plus, fruits and veggies in capsules, and I help families have less sick days.
Hi, I'm Tara Brown. I'm with Realty Texas. I'm a real estate agent. I also do sell flooring. I do staging. I just kind of do it all that has to do with the house.
Hi, my name is Angela Bliss. I'm your community relationship banker at Sunflower Bank, where we foster and nurture our relationship with you.
Hello there, my name is Amy Micken. I'm with Quality of Life Medical Center in Magnolia. We work together with our nurse practitioner, our chiropractor, and a rehab tech to avoid surgery, avoid opioids, to find pain relief and restoration of mobility. And this is my friend Aida, who's too shy to speak.
My name is Dr. Angela Aja, Angela Aja Ministries and Monarch University Coaching.
Good afternoon. My name is Zach Kraft, with mortgage broker with Team Mr. Mortgage, specializing in residential. Team Mr. Mortgage, creating the American dream.
Hi, I'm Kamala with the Fitzpatrick Group, and I teach people how to retire in the 0% tax bracket.
Hi, Larissa Lissy with CapFit Nutrition, caring about people through fitness and nutrition. You call me when you're tired of your own bullshit.
Name's Chance Habe, and with the Claim Lending, we can do everything except commercial and land. So let's get you in a home.
I'm Donald England. I'm with Mitchell Roofing and Exteriors. We specialize in roofing and all things exterior of your home.
Hey, I'm Michelle Shannon. I'm with the Clean Water Climb. We are a nonprofit that does adventure with purpose. We bring clean water and living water to the people of Malawi, Africa.
Hi, I'm Shelly Casa. I'm with Impeccable Limousine and Party Bus. So it's rodeo time. Don't drink and drive. Let us get you safely there. I'm an author and inspirational speaker. Thank you.
My name is Sarah Beth Sarah, and I am a speaker and a writer. I'm also the Houston host for Mic Drop Club, which is a women's only speaking club. We meet quarterly virtually. Sorry, let me back up. We meet monthly virtually, and we meet in person every quarter.
Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm a real estate broker and property manager. I own Red Ink Realty. We're coming up on 2 years. We're looking for agents to add to our team, and we would love to help you buy, sell, or manage your home.
Alan Cunningham, the Home Inspections Company, helping people understand the home.
Darren Plummer, Implex IT Partners. We manage your IT headaches so you can focus on your business.
Good morning, Darrell Norris with Fresh Tech Solutions. We develop mobile apps and websites, so if your website sucks, you're in luck.
Hello, I'm Barto Van Otterdijk with BVO Global Solutions, CPA, and provide finance and accounting services.
Hi, my name is Alicia Weatherton. I have a nonprofit empowering teen moms.
Hi, my name is Carmen England, and I know many of you, and I just came to say hello again. I've been away for a little while, but I will be coming more. I went back to school, but I will tell you more in person because I'll tell a long story. But I'm glad to be here. Thank you to Elizabeth and her group.
Hi, I'm Renee Marshall, and I'm with AFLAC. AFLAC has been there for me, and I'll be there for you.
Hey everybody, happy Valentine's Day. Sherry Deal with Kroger. Don't forget Valentine's Day. We got everything you need.
Hello everyone, my name is Caleb. I work for Redemption Roofing, and we specialize in insurance claims.
Do I get to do her also? Because she's shy. So this is Stephanie. She's with Goose Creek. This is Shelley Odom with Keller Williams, and I help buyers and sellers navigate their biggest financial decision.
Hi, I'm Monica with Brilliance. We level up business managers fast, also with Maximum Freight Logistics, your logistics advantage.
Hi, I'm Gene Thomas. I'm with Harbor Home Care. We're in the human trafficking business. I say that on purpose. We provide quality caregivers for the elderly and anybody in need.
I'm Ruth Bomar. I work with adults with ADHD.
Terry Weaver, writer, director, filmmaker behind the movie The Beast of Trinity, Texas, that you can watch on Amazon.
Good movie, by the way. All right, did we get it? Going once, going twice. Oh, we got somebody back here. Hold on.
Uzo with Instastory Digital Solutions. We believe in innovative software is a matter of great design, so we're your software solution company.
All right, that's everybody, right? All right, I'm David McGuffin. I own Space City Payments. We're your local merchant services broker. If you can be tapped, dipped, or swiped, I got a solution for you.
Awesome. Thank you guys all so much. If you are a sponsor, please come join me up on this stage. As I mentioned to you earlier, we are able to do this event every single month for free because of our amazing sponsors who generously support everything that we do here. And so as a sponsor, they all get to do a quick 30-second commercial. So sponsors, I lovingly remind you that there is a timer on the back screen. David will yell at you if you go over your commercial, Rankin and Randy. But anyways, just kidding. But seriously, these people are wonderful, and I'm really grateful for them. So Cassie, you're gonna go first.
Yay. Hey everyone, my name is Cassie Chapman with Capital Title. I am your go-to title girl. What does that mean? I make sure that no one from the past, including your exes, come back and get your home at the end whenever you close. We want to make sure that everyone's dead that is dead and cannot come get your home. We specialize in residential, commercial, investor as well. If there's anything that I can do to help you not only grow your business but close your business, I'd love to have that opportunity to work with you.
Hey there, I'm Michelle Shannon. Got 3 words for you. Adventure with purpose. I work with the cleanwaterclimb.org. We're a nonprofit that supplies clean and living water to the people of Malawi, Africa. We combine our love of hiking and the great outdoors with fundraising. You can join a hike, or you can get your name on a cool t-shirt or banners that are carried all over the world, including China and Africa. Come talk to me afterwards.
Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. My name is Julie Peters. I am with Arbonne. We are a health and wellness products company, and I want you to love your gut. So your gut is something that really controls so much of your health and what's going on in your body. Arbonne has lots of different probiotics. One of the ones that I love is our biotic stick. You take it like a pixie stick. It's good for ages 4 and up, so it really helps kiddos getting off to a good, clean, healthy gut. Julie Peters with Arbonne, keeping you healthy from the inside out, and y'all consider being a sponsor. Consider it.
Oh, yeah, you.
Ooh. I'm Rankin with Rankin Peters Music, and live music makes the event, okay? I'm over time already. I'm sorry about that. You know, if you have a small event, big event, whatever, if you want a solo, duo, a whole great big band, whatever. I did contracted an event last night at the Stafford Center for a Michael Bublé concert type thing. And anyway, so if you need that, let me know, and I will try my best to get it for you. But here's something I got. It's the Patsy Cline Tribute Show. Patsy's music is timeless. It's going to be March 22nd at Do-Si-Do Big Barn. We'd love to see you there. I got info, and I went over on purpose. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Melanie Davis with Better Bookkeepers. We're your people to help with QuickBooks Online, Xero, and take away that accounting stress. But in support of our core value enrichment, we have a lunch and learn coming up next Thursday at the Woodlands Chamber from 11:30 until 1. The beautiful, amazing Stacey Harris will be teaching from Fizzle to Sizzle. It's all things networking. It'll be a great time to stay motivated to get out and network. Thank you, you guys.
Good morning. I'm Randy Lovelace with Paragon Independent Insurance Agencies. We are an independent. We do represent multiple companies. Our specialty is more along the lines of home and auto insurance. I believe in relationship. So if you have questions, I'm there. I'll talk with you and answer any questions that I can. My name is Randy Lovelace, Paragon Independent Insurance, giving you peace of mind because we are covering your assets.
Hey, what time is it?
Shine time, that's right. Mike Mogill, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, and Trinity Steam Cleaning. What we do in your home is we also make it shine. We clean your carpets, your tile, your grout, your air conditioning vents. It kills bacteria, germs, and virus. 160 degrees of steam kills bacteria, germs, and virus. Live healthier in your home right now. Clean Sweep, making it shine. One office, one home. No, that's a steam clean sweep, really. That's what it is. Trinity Steam Cleaning.
Hey, I'm Larry Nail. I'm a new sponsor, but excited. I've been here many, many times. I have a children's home in northeast Uganda where we've rescued 54 orphans, many of whom were near death. I do a trip every year. Mindy McLean, raise your hand. She's been with me on a trip, so you can certainly talk to her, but I would love for you guys to help us. We need about 15 more sponsors, and that would be great. So we shouldn't be concerned about failing, but succeeding at things that don't really matter.
Hey everyone, my name is Nick Plunk with Plunk Productions. I'm a videographer, producer, and editor. I do all the video-related things from dirt bikes and lawyers to events. It's just a little bit of everything, and it's pretty darn fun. So if you have anything that needs to be videoed, I'd love to help you do that. Again, TV commercials, social media videos, or I had a client just yesterday have me do internal videos for their new onboarding people so that they know how things work in the business. Nick Plunk, Plunk Productions.
Happy February, Inspired Leaders. Great to see everybody. My name is Lance Kelly. I'm here with the Business Solutions Group. We're your one stop for all of your individual and group healthcare insurance needs, medical, dental, accident, whatever the business needs to protect its greatest asset, its people. We're going to have a solution for you guys. I want to talk to anyone for whom got that sticker shock from their renewal. Right? You're having to make some tough decisions. We'd love to have that conversation. Lance with the Business Solutions Group. If you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your sickness. Plan accordingly.
Good morning, Kevin Williams. I'm the realtor in the Fedora. I'm glad to see fedoras are sprouting out all over. We got our Mardi Gras one there. I guide people through the real estate buying and selling process. Sometimes it's a little confusing, and I'm here to take the anxiety down and just show folks that it's very, very doable. I've got a tip for all you out here. If you got money, you want to take your spouse for Valentine's Day to the Audrey. It's right there in Market Street. It's the bomb. Make reservations because it's small. And if you have no money, we've got the concert in the park on Sunday afternoon. It's my original cheap date. Kevin Williams, the realtor in the Fedora. My brother.
The photographer in the Fedora. Happy Valentine's Day, happy President's Day, happy Fat Tuesday. Be really proud of your family and the memories you have. Donald Jr. with Donald Jr. Productions, the best darn photographer in Houston.
All right, give our sponsors a really huge round of applause. Even though they're mischievous, we love them. These people will help you no matter what you need. So even if you don't need them specifically for their business or service, please get to know them. Give them a hug. Tell them thank you for supporting this event. And truly get to know these people. They are the light of my life and so wonderful. So I'm very grateful for all of you. So I am really, really excited to introduce our speaker to you today. Month after month, we get the beautiful opportunity of working with these speakers and learn so much about them and get to connect with them. And Deidrea is no exception to that. She's been tremendous to work with. I have learned from her through listening to her story, and I'm really, really excited that she's going to share it with you guys today. So please help me welcome Deidrea Kiesling.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Thank you. Okay, we're going to start with a drink of water. It was Christmas Eve. It was the first Christmas without my mom. And I was sitting at the dining room table with my dad, reminiscing, and I looked up and I saw the light on the Christmas tree. And in that moment, it was like time stood still. And I heard a voice saying to me, This is not a dress rehearsal. This is not the life that I wanted. I had climbed the corporate ladder. I checked boxes that many women dream of. But I was stressed out and I was burned out and I was exhausted. And in that moment, looking at the light on the Christmas tree, I made a decision. I was not going to let another Christmas go by without doing what I wanted. And later that night, I decided that I was going to start a company. And I didn't know exactly what it was going to be, but I knew I wanted to create a business where women could come together, to dream together, to connect and build dreams together. And so I started thinking of names for this business that I was dreaming up. And at the time, I thought you needed a URL that matched your business name. I now know that that is not true. But at the time, I thought I couldn't create a business unless I had the URL that matched the name. So I started thinking about a name, and then I'd put it in GoDaddy, and it wasn't available. And then I'd try another one, and I put it in GoDaddy, and it wasn't available. And then I just stopped for a moment, and I put my hand on my heart, and I really thought, what would I really want to create? What am I creating? And then it came to me, the Dream Academy. It was perfect. So I put thedreamacademy.com into GoDaddy, and it was available. And I knew that was a sign. It was meant to be. And so I clicked add to cart, and then I saw it, the price. Now, if you've ever bought a URL, you know that they're usually $9.99 or $29.99. This one was $4,000. And what do you think I thought in that moment? That's a lot of money. But then I thought another thing. That's a really good idea. And so I clicked purchase on thedreamacademy.com, and that night on Christmas Eve, my business was born, was built. And I was so excited about this dream, and I left from visiting my dad and driving back to Houston area. The excitement started to go down, and the fear started to coming up, and I started thinking of all the reasons why this might not work, and it might not be a good time. And so as we drove back home and reality started setting in, I did start the business, but it took a lot longer, and it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. And here's what I learned the hard way. It takes more than a decision. There's something else you need, and something I didn't have yet. And now I'm going to show you what I mean. My first dream was ballet. And this is not the casual, your mom takes you once a week to dance class. No, this was the kind of dream where a kid says, this is who I am. And I worked hard, and I went to ballet studio pretty much every day after school. And so while my friends were going to dances and parties, I was at the ballet studio. And our dance studio got invited to audition for the Mexico City Ballet Company. And it was my dream come true. I wanted to be a ballerina, a professional ballerina, and I wanted to be in a ballet company. And so we went to the audition. My 3 friends, they got in, and I didn't. But I wasn't ready to quit on my dream, but I knew I had to leave my small town of Harlingen, Texas, if I really wanted to become a ballerina. I'd heard about this boarding school for performing arts in Boston, and so I decided my next move was to convince my parents to let me go. And the evidence that I used to get them to fund this dream was I said, whatever money you have for my college, you can just use it for this. I'm not going to college. I'm going to New York City because I'm going to be a ballerina. And so I went to boarding school and I loved it. I worked hard. I wanted it so desperately. But here's the thing about ballet. You have to be incredibly talented, dedicated, disciplined, but you also have to be beautiful while you do it. The right body, the right look. And it's a setup for failure. And because even if you're talented enough, if your body isn't right, you're out. Or even if you're beautiful and you have the right body, if you don't have the skills and the talent, you're out. It's a no-win situation. In my senior year, the head of the dance department called me into her office, and I thought that she was going to tell me that I was being promoted to the highest level of the dance program. And when you're at the highest level of the dance program, you get invited to audition for the American Ballet Theater, which really had been my dream. And so I was getting just so full of excitement and positive energy about this meeting. And then she told me that I didn't have what it took, and I wasn't gonna be a ballerina. And in that moment, I knew that there was something really wrong with me. And that became the story of my life. You're not enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not talented enough. And your dreams are not going to come true. And that became the story I spent the next 30 years trying to rewrite. Outsourcing my worthiness to other people. Outsourcing my dreams of what's possible for me to what other people told me I could do or not do. Outsourcing my value to my achievement and my appearance. And what I know now is that trying to change things on the outside to feel good on the inside is a broken strategy. And all real change, meaningful change, that's an inside job. But I didn't know that then. And so I did what high achievers do. I pivoted. Then I decided I was gonna go to college after all. And so I told my parents, you know that money that I didn't need? Well, now I need it. And my dad said, that's great, you can go. And he said on one condition, you can either go to Texas A&M or the University of Texas. My dad, my grandfather, my uncle had all gone to Texas A&M. And so I went to UT. Then my new dream was I was going to be a psychologist. I was going to get a PhD and I was going to run a lab and I was going to have all kinds of discoveries and solve problems. And then my senior year, my professor called me into his office because we were getting all of our referrals for graduate school. And he told me that he didn't think I had what it took. He didn't think I was cut out for it and I should probably find another career. Well, what do you think I did then? I pivoted again. And this time, I decided that I was going to become a very important businesswoman. I was going to travel the world, wear very expensive suits, and be very important. And I was determined that I was going to make that happen. So I went to graduate school to get my MBA, and like probably a lot of achievers can relate, I decided to get another graduate degree. So I left graduate school with a master's in information systems and a master's in business, and I was on my way to build this new dream. And it wasn't really about purpose or about really dreaming. It was about being impressive, and it was about proving. Because inside my brain, I learned one thing. If I achieve enough, I will finally feel enough. And my worth became tied to two impossible things: my achievements and my appearance. And ballet had taught me that. I could be at the top of my career and still feel terrible if I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. And I could lose the weight and still feel awful and empty if I wasn't achieving enough. The standard was impossible, and it always had been. And I did go on to have a successful corporate career. I became the person who could figure things out, the reliable one, who carried the pressure. And from the outside, it looked like grit. But when your worth is tied to your performance, you never rest. You're always behind. And even when you're winning, you're striving and you don't rest. And there's a specific loneliness that comes with being the strong one. I know a lot of us can relate to that. Because strength can become a mask. And for me, it became a way to avoid real relationships. If I'm busy achieving, I don't have to feel. If I'm busy performing, I don't have to be really seen. And at one point, I was on the partner track. That's supposed to be the dream in consulting. It had been my dream to be a partner. And when my manager told me about my promotion and that I was, being prepared to be a partner, something just inside me, I knew I didn't want to do that. It wasn't my dream. And I just said, I quit. And he was like, what? I said, I can't do this anymore. And he said, well, whoa, why don't you need a break. You're stressed out, you're tired, you've been traveling a lot. He said, why don't you take a sabbatical? And deep down, I knew I wasn't going back. But I said, okay, I'll take a sabbatical. And so I took a sabbatical, and I was on a break when a friend approached me to start a business. And what I realized when I was on that sabbatical is that when my manager was telling me about the partner track, the story I told myself was that I didn't want it, that it wasn't my dream. And that was true, that was part of it. But the other part of the story that I wasn't ready to admit to myself was I didn't trust myself that I could do it, that I could pull it off. And there's a strange safety in walking away before you find out which one is really true. And I didn't know that then. I didn't have a name for that. But now I call it failing ahead of time. AKA self-sabotage, otherwise known as imposter syndrome. So after that sabbatical, I didn't go back. I started this company with my friend. She was a psychologist. The other business partner was a former monk and a writer and a spiritual counselor and director. So the two of them were the subject matter experts creating this retreat program. I was the business and the operations. And I moved to San Miguel de Allende, where we started this retreat center. And for a while, it was great, living in another country, having this adventure. There's nothing like being part of an expat community. There's all kinds of interesting people running from a life that sounds very shady, other people retiring to live their dreams. And for a while, it was going really well. I felt like it was the right move. And on the outside, I felt like I was getting closer to my dream of helping people, because I knew that was part of my dream, is to really help people, encourage them and support them in their dream building. And even though this wasn't really my dream, she told me that they needed me, and she told me that I was good enough. And so without a clear picture of what my next move was, I followed her dream. I invested all my money, moved to Mexico, and started over. And it was great at first, and then it started getting hard. And a series of events then happened that really changed my life. And the first thing that happened is that I got sick. And I know now that sometimes when we can't cognitively and emotionally process what's happening, our body will start to tell us. I was so sick, and I didn't know it, that I went with my friend who was sick to the doctor. And the doctor said, "You're fine, you'll be okay, here's some medicine." But she said, "You're not well." And I was like, "I'm fine." And she said, "No, you're not." And she sent me to take some tests. And in Mexico, in this small town, she came to our house that night to tell me that I had typhoid fever. I didn't even know typhoid fever was a thing. But that is what got me. I moved back to the States, and with that move, things started to change. My business partner started making some decisions behind my back, and then my grandmother died. And I was so close to her, closer than anyone in my life. And that loss, it sent me into a deep depression, and my health got worse. My business partners and I broke up on very bad terms. I lost all my money. And the thing about when you've lost everything is that for me, I couldn't keep pretending that everything was going to be okay. I couldn't pretend and hold up my appearance of proving my worth of working hard. I was emotionally and physically out of capacity for either. And because I wasn't trying to be someone that I wasn't using all that energy of proving and striving and achieving and even looking good. And in that dark part of my life, I met my husband. And I know that the reason that I was able to connect with him and build a relationship with him and then a life with him is because I had been broken open. My heart opened, and there was room for him. And I don't know that I would have ever gotten married if I'd ever let someone in close enough if that hadn't happened. And it took me a year to recover, and my husband took care of me, nursed me back to life. But as soon as I started feeling better, I went right back to my corporate career, and I doubled down on working hard and proving myself. And that became a pattern over the next 15 years. I would have a big dream, I would get really inspired, and I would take bold action. But then I would get scared, and then I would go right back to the comfort zone of my career. I did that 5, 6, 7 times. I think I kind of lost track. And here's the thing about these cycles. There's a sneaky part about this fear that comes up. I call it dream stealers. But the fear doesn't say, "I'm here to steal your dream." The fear says, "This is not a good time. You need to wait until you have more money saved. You need to wait until the kids go back to school. This is not enough time. This is not the right time." And I called it being responsible, being reasonable, being practical. And here's the other thing, the other sneaky part. These reasons, these justifications, these alibis of why it's not the right time, other people will agree with you. And now I know that when you present your case of all the reasons why you can't follow your dream, other people will support you. And then life hit me in a way I could not outwork. It wasn't all of a sudden, it was a series of events, layer by layer, that made my life harder and harder. My sister died, and I was the only sibling, and she left behind young kids. And here's what I didn't know then. I thought emotions were problems to be solved. I didn't understand that pain is meant to be felt. I thought the goal was to get rid of it as quick as possible. And so I tried to solve grief like a project, be there for everyone, my family, my kids, my nieces, my nephew, my brother-in-law. And I started having a glass of wine at night after I put the kids to bed. That turned into a few glasses of wine. Nothing major at first. And then my mom died. And the pain just became unbearable. And there's a thing called a high-functioning overdrinker. You still show up, you still perform, you still handle things, but you're quietly using something to survive your life. And for me, it escalated. The glass of wine turned into a bottle of wine. And then sometimes, you know, they have the big bottles of wine. And then the isolating. And I was laying in bed. I was alone. Me and the wine and Netflix and sometimes some peanut M&Ms. Because I didn't know how to have that level of pain in my life. I could be physically present and emotionally gone. I was a high performer and a low feeler. And the moment that woke me up, it wasn't dramatic. I realized I'm missing my own life. My kids are growing, my family is here, and I'm in a room by myself, numbing my way through it. But more than that was, what am I teaching them, my kids? Without meaning to, I was teaching them that when life gets hard, hide. When you're scared, numb. When you have a dream, quit. And I thought, is that what I want them to learn? And that's when I knew I had to change. And up until then, I'd built this identity around achievement, but I didn't trust myself. I could lead projects and teams and rooms, but I had to learn to lead myself. Abandoning myself looked like ignoring my emotions, pushing through body signals, trying to fix pain instead of feel it, numbing instead of being present, making huge promises, and then disappearing when it got hard. And I knew I had to change. And then in the fall of 2020, I joined a coaching program, a transformational coaching program. And in week 1 of the program, the coach asked me, I tell all my clients this too, some of them are here, what I call a life-changing question. And he asked, what is the single most negative habit having the biggest impact in your life? And I knew instantly. I wasn't ready to change everything all at once, but what I did is I made a list of the top 10 bad habits that I had: alcohol, Ambien, Xanax, overeating, isolating, complaining, overworking, avoiding relationships, not exercising regularly, and being messy, unorganized, and clutter around. And here's what I did next. I didn't start with alcohol. I wasn't ready. I didn't want it to be another thing that I said yes to and didn't honor my commitment to myself. So I ordered the list based on 2 criteria: how harmful it was and what I could change. And then I made one decision at a time. I set a date and I stopped Ambien. I set a date and I stopped Xanax. I set a date and I stopped alcohol. And quitting did not make life easy, it made life real. And when you stop numbing and you start feeling, at first that felt awful, but then something started to happen. I started to trust myself. And here's what I thought grit was: pushing through, never quitting, being the strong one, handling everything alone. And here's what I learned grit actually is: it's staying when you want to run, feeling what you've been numbing and asking for help, making one decision and repeating it. I had to unlearn everything that had made me strong. And what I learned is that what's needed besides a decision is a commitment. And I have my quotes so I can share them with you. And any of my clients know I love this quote. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, concerning all acts of initiative and creation. There is an elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moment one definitely commits, then providence moves to, and all sorts of things occur to help one that never otherwise would have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor from all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance, which no man could have dreamed would have come his way. And with that commitment, I started learning to sit with my emotions without treating them like emergencies. That grief doesn't want to be fixed, it wants to be witnessed. And then I met a mentor who asked me 2 questions. What would you love? And what step can you take? And one of the things that I knew is that I needed to learn to love my body. I had been beating it into submission my entire life, and I knew that the loathing and the beatdown had to stop. I'd lost my weight through willpower and determination, but I knew there was something missing. And then I met my trainer, who's here, Larissa, and she taught me something revolutionary. She taught me to love your body first, and then work with it. She taught me that showing up is the win. Accountability that isn't rooted in shame, but in belief. And she shows up for me even when I don't show up for myself. Punishing instead of honoring, and forcing instead of trusting, abandoning instead of leading, that was not working. I finally became who I was dreaming of being. And that business that I started in 2019 with my dad, I put it on hold for many years. But then in 2023, when I was ready, I had become the woman who could build that dream, who could hold the capacity to take action, to fail, to pick myself up, and to keep going. I had to go through this hard part of not having it figured out. And I had to go through the hard part of collecting a lot of failure along the way. It was something I'd never been willing to do before, because as soon as I started to fail at something, I would pivot and try something else. And what I learned about dreams is when you're ready to follow your dream and come from a place of believing and becoming instead of pushing and striving, that is when dreams come true. And so as we wrap up, I want to leave you with 3 wishes. Oh, first I have one thing. We got a little off track. So here's what I learned. You build your dreams one lesson at a time, one failure at a time. And it really comes down to this very simple formula. Start before you're ready, and don't quit. And when the lessons show up, and they will, don't run. The lesson, that's the obstacle asking, do you really want this? Are you willing to learn what you need to learn? Are you willing to feel the fear and do it anyway? And so as we wrap up, and I encourage you to follow your dreams and to not give up when it's hard, I have 3 truths that I want to leave you with. Number 1, high functioning is not the same as strength. You can be productive and be in pain. You can be successful and be scared. The reliable one and still lonely. The real strength, it's the willingness to sit with the discomfort of emotions that come up while you're building your dreams, while you're living your life, while you're navigating death and sickness and disappointment and regret, all of it. When life is lifing, that's the real skill. That's the real power. And number 2, the thing you're using to cope might be keeping you stuck. For me, it was my list of bad habits, and for you, you might have your own list. And it's not because you're weak, it's because we're human. And our greatest strength is that it can also be our liability. And number 3, the opposite of numbing is, it's not falling apart. The opposite of numbing your feelings, it's being present. It's being present to your life, to your circumstances, to yourself. And the skill that life is calling all of us to develop and grow is the willingness to sit with the discomfort of our emotions, because discomfort is the currency of our dreams.
Deidrea, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful story with us. You are so brave and so bold, and I am in awe of you for sharing so deeply and so truthfully with all of us here. You gave me goosebumps and chills and tears in my eyes the whole time, and I knew your story already. So I am sure that you impacted so many in this room today, and I just want to thank you and honor you for that. So thank you. Everybody give Deidrea a big hug and tell her how amazing that she did afterwards. We're so grateful for her. And I want to invite you to come back and join us next month. We have Miss Angela Aja speaking. She's here with us today. We are so excited. I adore Angela, and I cannot wait for her to share her story with you. So please scan the QR code. It'll take you to Facebook, and you can just RSVP yes. You can share it and invite other people. All are always welcome here, so please feel free to bring a friend. Happy Valentine's Day, and we look forward to seeing you again next month.